In today's animation world, characters have become the main focus for authors, instead of just tools to push the plot along. Fujimoto Tatsuki is an author who takes character-driven storytelling to the next level, which is why his characters feel so rich and compelling. Hey, my name's Ellie. Today we're unpacking Fujimoto's character writing to find out why his creations feel more alive than 90% of modern characters. One way to judge a story and its characters is by looking at if it gives the audience complex emotional experiences. This often requires a sense of displacement, where audience feels conflicting emotions that the characters themselves can see. Take the ending of Fire Punch for instance. Yuta pretends to be Luna while Agni pretends to be Sun. Both characters find comfort in this false reality, but the audience knows the truth and screams at the pages. That comfort is just empathy. This disconnect when the audience knows something that the characters don't creates a deeper reflection and leads to complex emotional experiences. Fujimoto's characters often have this sense of displacement. Look at Agni. When he faces up against Doma, he imagines his sister encouraging him to use Fire Punch, showing he's ready to kill Doma. But we, as the audience, are dreading the fallout. The most heartbreaking moments happen when Agni keeps thinking about death, and everyone around him insists, live. We can't decide whether living or dying is better, landing us in a moral dilemma that creates intense emotional complexity. The same goes for Denji. When Aki and Power die in Makima's hands, we realize she doesn't care about Denji, yet he still wants to be her loyal dog. This irrational behavior gives the audience space to interpret. Denji is choosing the easy comfort of submission to avoid facing reality. He'd rather be a mindless, obedient dog than confronting his own feelings. And Fujimoto likes to introduce contrast and displacement in these three ways. First, there can be environmental whiplash. Denji, who doesn't want to think, is forced by reality to confront his reality. The second is creating a character audience info cap, which allows viewers to worry about challenges the characters will face. The last way is to create motive-action dissonance. For instance, Agni knows that Yuta isn't Luna but treats her like she is, enjoying that family warmth while suffering inside. This puts the audience in a tough spot. Through these ways, the audience stops seeing events purely from the character's perspective and starts viewing the characters and events from their own. This shift often marks the beginning of deeper reflection for the viewers. Another reason I found Fujimoto's characters so engaging is that they act irrationally, but there's a logic behind that. From the get-go, his characters often show puzzling behaviors. Fujimoto loves to kick off a story with such hooks that grab viewers, but it never feels like he's just throwing gimmicks. We understand the insane behaviors of his characters because he never slaps labels on them. For instance, if Denji were labeled as a dumb, audiences would expect him to act foolishly all the time. But what makes Denji compelling are his moments of sincerity. Instead of just labeling him, Fujimoto digs into what shaped his personality. For Denji, most actions come from a lack of love. That is why he obeys someone like Makima, who acts as a mother figure to him. One of the memorable scenes where he throws up flower for Reise is also a result of not being told how to express affection for a girl. As long as his actions relate back to his roots, nothing he does feels out of place. This has given me a whole new perspective on storytelling. It's totally fine to give characters exaggerated behaviors or even divert the main plot to keep things unpredictable. But to keep it believable, it's essential to ground their madness in their roots, like their trauma, flaws, the things they desire, and their limits. This creates controlled chaos. Characters can do anything, as long as it traces back to their core issues. The biggest takeaway is that Fujimoto fully embraces character-first storytelling. In traditional shonen manga, characters often serve the plot, fit into a larger world without really shaking things up with their individual actions. Fujimoto flips that script by using the plot to explore character psychology. The battles, settings, and powers in his story mainly drive the psychological changes of the characters. For instance, both Agni and Denji can't be killed. This idea fuels Agni's avoidance and Denji's growth through tough battles. In other anime, like Naruto, a can't die premise is just a combat boost with no psychological weight, and this approach also applies to supporting characters. Fujimoto treats all secondary characters as fuel for the main character. This is why he isn't afraid to kill off so many characters. It's tragic not because they are gone, but because of how the main character deals with it. For instance, Tagota's death pushes Agni into nihilism and struggle, while Aki and Power's death reveal Makima's true nature for Denji, who, due to his inner avoidance, refuses to face reality. Of course, this is not a call for authors to put main characters at the absolute center of every story, but it will be a good idea to create different types of stories. Think about how every fight, superpower, and side character can challenge the main character's psyche. For instance, extreme environments can bring out characters' darker side, while time travel can help them appreciate the present. These kinds of narratives highlight the complexities of humanity. The appeal of Fujimoto's characters can largely come from displacement between them and the audience, as well as their absurdity being rooted in logic. Most importantly, Fujimoto treats world building and fights as tools to drive psychological evolution, showcasing their emotional changes and turning simple battle stories into deep explorations of human nature. These stories make us think beyond just enjoying them. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.